What's up, everybody? 32 Icon here. I hope that you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. In good faith that I will continue bringing you great content. So today I want to talk about cultivating relationships with your local gun store. So first, they are a great source of information, right? And I know sometimes you want to go online and shop there because it's cheaper and it's easy. All they do is ship it to your door. But the fact of the matter is, when you have a question about the law, when you have a question about a firearm or a part, it is hard to call those stores specifically to talk about the laws in your state where they may reside in another state. And so you need to use the local gun stores to get the factual information within your state. Or you can walk in and say, hey, I have a question about this, or I need to know this, and they can help you out. A lot of those online stores only have an online presence. They really don't have a brick and mortar where someone is there to pick up the phone and answer all of your questions. So supporting the local gun store is just essential when you need them for questions that you may have. And I know as an inquisitive person, I have a lot of questions, especially living in Connecticut. There are a lot of language in the laws that you have to understand when owning a firearm. So I'll always have questions about that. Also, when you frequent a gun store a lot, eventually you'll find deals, right? They'll call you up and say, hey, Liv, I know you was looking for this a couple of months ago. We actually have one in. Or Liv, we're having a doorbuster tomorrow. Or whatever the case may be, but they're more likely to give you a deal because you frequent their shop than they are somebody who just come in there once or twice, but mainly shop online, right? Because they want to support the patrons who support them. And so when you go there and you strike up conversations and you cultivate these relationships with the owner or the people behind the desk, they're more likely to offer you those deals even if they're not having a sale that day, than they would if you just walked into the store and didn't have any type of relationship with them, right? So, prime example, I have a trigger that's currently in my AR-15, and I think that's the sister company of Geisley. Well, when I bought the trigger, it came with all of its components. It wasn't a drop-in trigger, so it had like different springs and pins. And I was still a newbie, so I wasn't used to putting that stuff together. But the store that I frequent, they said, Liv, bring it in. So I brought my AR in, I brought the trigger. They took out the mil-spec trigger. They switched up my springs that came with the package, and they put the right spring in for me, all for free, just because they like me, just because I've bought several guns for them. There was my store that I bought my first gun, and since then I bought like another 5 or so guns from them. And they're like, hey, yeah, come on in. Brought it in, put it together, didn't charge me a dime. Then while I was there, I was adamant about putting on the Magpul angle foregrip on my handguard. So I've never tried it before, but from the way it looked and from the videos, I was like, oh, I gotta have it. Well, one of the workers there happened to have one on his AR. And I tried it and absolutely hated it. And so had I not tried it, I probably would have bought it from Magpul, put it on my gun, then ended up sending it back, all because I didn't have any information, right? I didn't have anything to try out. And so having that relationship and that connection with someone who worked there and having it over time allowed me to get a trigger installed for free, where most people, first of all, would charge you an arm and a leg to do it. And second of all, you have to wait to get it done. And was able to try a couple of his triggers and his foregrip to decide what I wanted to do in the future with my other rifles. So having those relationships help you out if you know how to capitalize on it. Also, it's a place where you can just hang out. You can hang out, you can have fun, you can make other connections with like-minded people. You can find out what's new, what's hot, what are other people using, what have other people used to clean their guns, where are other people going to shoot, what do people like to do when they're going to hunt, tips for, you know, buying ammo on sale, like little things like that all benefit from just hanging out with like-minded people. So I know it's easy to just go online, order something, have it mailed to your doorstep, and boom, you're done. But you really get a lot out of the experience of actually being in a local gun store and cultivating those relationships. Last thing, there are times that guns will come out and you will have no clue. You will have no clue because you didn't see it, or maybe nobody was talking about it. And so again, having those relationships, they can call you up and say, hey, tomorrow we're getting in the P10S that CZ just released and no one else has it. Do you want to go on the waiting list? Do you want to pay half with your credit card over the phone, et cetera, et cetera? And so you get a heads up on those deals that you normally wouldn't get if you didn't have those relationships. And you're wondering like, man, how did you get that gun already? Or, I didn't hear about that gun coming out. And it's because they called the people first who normally frequent these stores. So listen, I hope this helped. There could be other ways and other reasons why you should develop relationships with local gun stores. These are some of them. I think you can buy online. I think there are good reasons to buy online. But again, if you buy something from a local gun store and something goes wrong with that, they're more likely to fix it for you than sending it out. You're going to get the update on deals. You're going to get the right information. You're going to be able to try new things. You're going to be able to mingle and connect with like-minded people. And so there are a lot of benefits for cultivating relationships with your local gun stores. And I don't think just one, I think maybe 1, 2, or even 3. For me, I have about 3 stores that I frequent often. And so it really helps if I call them up. They know me by name. They already know who I am, and I know that I'm going to get that good service. So listen, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope you guys are treating one another with kindness, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Peace.